So in World War II, we're gathered here today, ladies and gentlemen, to protest about the sale of Old Flo by Tower Hamlets Council. In World War II, the Luftwaffe tried to destroy the East End because of its proximity to the docks. And in 1941, Buckingham Palace was hit, and the Queen Mother said, now we can look the East End in the face. In the public's imagination, the East End was at the heart of the fight against fascism. Old Flo is one feather in the phoenix which rose from the ashes of the East End. Hitler destroyed the East End, and Henry Moore, with others, rebuilt it. But now a council who seemed ignorant of the area's less recent past is selling off its principal monument to peace. For me, it is like smashing up a war memorial. Moore's shelter drawings were the inspiration for this period of his work. It is terrible that the borough where people died during the war in a tube shelter, air raid shelter accident at Bethnal Green, where 173 people suffocated, do not have the imagination to see how wonderful Old Flo is as a symbol of our humanity. Old Flo is an East End survivor. She is a generous and defiant image. She is also clearly drawn from Moore's war artist's work. Sitting on her plinth, I imagine her to be taking air after some horrible near suffocation. The Mayor of Tower Hamlets should take a trip to Harlow and witness how amazing this sculpture is, not only for the formal values, but also for what it represents. Artists like Elizabeth Frink, Barbara Hepworth and Henry Moore wanted their art in public spaces because in the post-war era, people equated public space with freedom. It was in that era that the NHS was conceived and our institutions became more meritocratic and democratic. In 2010, Chris Stevens of the Tate organised this amazing exhibition which detailed Henry Moore's relationship with the politics of the left and the politics of post-war reconstruction. My God, that exhibition was an education, but it was an education that clearly the councillors of Tower Hamlets and the Mayor did not heed or even care about. So we say to the Mayor of Tower Hamlets in the building behind me, repressive regimes attack culture. Culture is free speech. Old Flo, look at the people here. Old Flo is a powerful feminist image. She is a powerful feminist image of peace. Don't be frightened of women, Mayor. Don't be frightened of art. Don't be frightened of culture. Art is free speech. Art is freedom. Art and Old Flo belongs in the East End. Old Flo is ours. She is not for sale. Who owns Old Flo?
We do.
Thank you. And so, well done, Old Flo's. Round of applause for the Old Flo's.
Thank you, Flo. I just wanted to say, don't sell Old Flo. I made her for peace, I made her for freedom, and I sold her to London so all of London could celebrate these things with this strong feminist, fabulous sculpture that I made, sold for £6,000 to London, and it'd be wonderful to have her back in East London, and it'd be wonderful to have her not be sold off. Don't sell Old Flo. Thank you, Flo's. Thank you, fabulous.
So now I'm going to ask everybody here, I'm going to give to the councillors this copy of the catalogue which was organised at the show at the Tate, and I'm going to ask all the Old Flows and everybody here to sign the catalogue. So we'll hand that in, and it will be evidence that we were here and we stood up for the importance of culture in this country, which isn't just under attack by Tower Hamlets Council but also by Michael Gove. And so it's a broader campaign to say what is in the public realm should remain in the public realm.
What needs to happen to Old Flo? What needs to happen to you now?
We need to have a nice wash and brush up and some nice transport down from Yorkshire and a really nice safe place to live on one of Tower Hamlets' estates, of which there are plenty of residents who will really look after public art, and I know that for a fact because I work with them.
I want to be transported back to where I started life, for the citizens of Tower Hamlets to enjoy me and to be I want to enhance their lives, which I think public art does hugely.
Yeah, I'm not for sale. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not for sale.
You've offered to put up Old Flo, haven't you?
We have indeed. We made an offer to look after the Old Flo outside Museum of London Docklands. We wrote to the Tower Hamlets Council to tell them that was the case, that we would look after her, we'd pay for her insurance, we'd pay for her upkeep. Tate offered to make sure that she was in good nick for us. Nicholas Roberta supported the offer, but Tower Hamlets didn't seem to be interested.
So what did they say when they came back to you and said that they weren't interested?
Oh, they just basically, obviously they felt that it wasn't a viable option for them.
And why do you think that was?
It's a very good question, isn't it?
Henry Moore says, just say no.
So I've got Chris Stevens' catalogue for the Henry Moore show, which was at the Tate earlier this year, and everybody who's here has signed it, and it says, Mr Mayor and Tower Hamlets councillors, don't sell Old Flo, she is Tower Hamlets' symbol of hope and peace. And I'm going to go and find somebody to give it to now. That was really good actually. He just said, no problem, I'll pass it on to the Mayor. Let's see if the Mayor takes note.